Are you looking for greater joy, peace, and fulfillment in your life? Well, I want to share with you these 5 toxins that you want to remove from your life to feel more vitality, feel like you are thriving, feel like you are flourishing, like you have more joy, more happiness, more calm, more peace, and feel more connected to all of life. And so that you can achieve better results and achieve the things that you want to do. Now, these 5 toxins that I'm going to share with you that you have to remove out of your life, they don't cost a thing to remove. So it's a simple exercise and you can get started today. But within these 5 toxins, they're going to address 4 core pillars of your life. And these 4 core pillars of your life are essential for you to feel like you're in a place where you are operating at your absolute best. And those 4 core pillars is the mental, is the emotional, is the physical and the spiritual. A lot of folks just focus on one and neglect the others, or focus on the two and neglect the others. Now, I want you to look at those 4 pillars as if they are a status of your battery life. So all the bars on your battery are full, those are green. That's where we want to be. We don't want to have any of those operating in the red. Or if one of those on the red, we're going to have to make a little bit of a change to focus on that area that's in the red so we can bring it back up. It's no use being as fit as you want to be and fit as you can be when you're neglecting your spiritual health, or you're neglecting your emotional or mental health, right? So we want to try to find balance in all 4 of these areas. And with these 5 toxins that I'm going to help you remove, 4, 5, I keep getting confused with all these numbers. With these 5 toxins, when you do that, it's not going to feel like you have to do this work individually, but by addressing these items individually, there is overlap. Now, here's the thing. There's going to be a 6th bonus toxin that you want to remove out of your life that brings everything together. And if you don't have that, the chances of you achieving a success is going to be significantly diminished. So that's coming on later on. Well, that's coming up later on. So what is the first toxin that we want to remove out of our life? And the first thing I'm going to focus on is up here, the mental side, the negative chatter, the negative self-talk that is going on in your head that's telling you that you're unworthy, that's doubting you, that's second-guessing everything, that's criticizing you, that's telling you that you're a failure, you're too old, you're too ugly, you're too bald, you're too chubby, you're too thin, you got too many freckles, you come from the wrong neighborhood, you always mess up. Whatever that story is, we want to eliminate that. I heard a fantastic saying today while I was listening to Robin Sharma's book, The 5 a.m. Club. And in the book, one of the characters said, the past is something that you learn from. It's not a home that you go live in. Right? So you don't want to be dwelling on the past and feeling guilt, and whatever you did in the past, allow that to hold you back from moving forward. So the first thing is focusing on that negative chatter that's going on in your head. Now, it's quite difficult to monitor all your thoughts. So how do you do it? Well, by how you're feeling inside. How you're feeling inside is going to give you that signal. Hang on, my thoughts are not right here. Let me go back to my thoughts. Or maybe you do catch your thought and reframe it in the complete opposite, an affirmation, or change it, writing it down. No, I'm actually not unworthy. I am worthy. I am growing. I'm learning every single day. Okay. The second thing is relationships. Now, this is sort of an environment sort of thing, right? You got your environment at home. You got your environment with your friends. You got your environment at work. A lot of these involve relationships. Now, you don't want to be hanging out with friends that are pulling you down. This is probably cliche. You've probably heard it a million times, but it is so true. You want to do an audit of your friend circle. Are these people operating at a level above you that are going to inspire you? Are they operating at a level above you, but also empowering you and rooting for you and cheering for you and wanting you to be successful and helping you in all areas of your life? Or are they draining your energy emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, maybe too much boozing or whatever, right? Audit your friend circle, audit your environment at work. Now, your environment at work, you might not be able to change immediately, but start making those changes. But remember, you can't go change all the people out there. you've got to change yourself first. So there's always work that we got to do on ourselves, but then start taking those steps to either move to a different role internally or move to a different company. The same thing with your family. You can't choose your family. We all have toxic family members somewhere, somehow, someday, okay, for the most part. And so what do? You limit your interaction with them. It's not that you are hating them. It's not that you are want to be negative. You just say, hey, look, this is a negative influence in my life. I appreciate them. I love them, but I'm going to keep them at a safe distance so they don't bring their negativity to me. And yes, it is about being selfish so that you can thrive, because when you thrive, you can show up better at work. You can show up better with your partner. You can show up better with your kids, with your neighborhood, and the work that you do. The third thing, let's focus on the physical, which is something you've probably heard again a million times. What food are you consuming? What is your diet? So what is your diet with your thoughts, of course, that we've spoken about? What is your diet with your relationships? But what is your diet in terms of the food and that you're putting in your mouth? What happens if you can just focus on today to saying, okay, at least I'm going to have one healthy meal or something that really nourishes my body instead of depleting it? Maybe I have one less glass of wine or one less booze this weekend. What can I do to feed me that's going to nourish me with the vitamins and nutrients and everything that I need to uplift my energy and make me feel good? And what can I keep doing to add to that? So one meal turns into two, turns into three, etc. It's something that we all have to look at. Now, also, it's not just the food, but the habits. If you're sitting on your sofa all day and you're complaining about your health and your weight, etc., you've got to make change. So do the risk and reward sort of exercise, right? Where, well, not so much risk, but pain versus reward exercise. So you're going to say, look, this is uncomfortable. I don't want to go do it. If you saw my last video, I told you how to overcome that procrastination. But what you can do is you say, okay, let me go do it for a minute. I want to go walk outside your house and walk around your house for a minute. You come back, can I do it in another minute? Okay, cool. Can I do a push-up, or can I do a wind sprint, something, a jumping jack for a minute? Yes, I can. Well, then you do it for two. Keep tricking your mind. But go say, all right, I want to sit on my sofa today to watch a sport or watch Netflix, or I'm so tired. But first, I'm going to go do this for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to go reward myself. So I'm going to deal with the pain and then come back and reward myself with that nice little meal or relaxing or whatever that you want to do. The fourth thing is information and online overload, right? Is you need to take yourself and give yourself a diet from all the content that you're creating out there that is negative. So that is the news cycles that sell fear, that constantly putting fear in your ears and in your eyeballs, and is going through to your emotions and your mental state, affecting it negatively, causing stress, causing anger, causing negative emotions. But the same thing as these social media feeds. You get pulled in. Remember, these social media companies, I know I own a marketing company, are there to what? Keep you engaged, keep your attention. They're addictive. So you end up endless scrolling. Before you know it, it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You look at your watch, it's 45 minutes. But what are you watching? What are you consuming? What's going in repetitively over and over is the story that you're creating. It's creating neural pathways in your brain, right, that are forming new beliefs over and over. But these are little stresses that you're not even aware of. These little things that are adding up, and they're sneaking up on you. And before you know it, emotionally overwhelmed, mentally overwhelmed, it's affecting your physical health negatively and impacting your spiritual relationships and your spiritual practice. The fifth toxin that you want to remove is stress and negativity. Now, what I've been sharing with you in the previous four pretty much overlap. They include all of those things. But what you want to do is you want to start taking an audit of your life and start asking yourself, what areas or what things are causing me stress? What is causing me what situations are causing me to be in this constant state of stress, or there's a lot of negativity? How can I remove myself out of that? But also, how can I build resilience so that I'm not triggered so easily, right? Because stress is not something that you can go get a cup of. It's a reaction, it's a response. So me and you can be sitting down reading the same email. I have a stress response where you can laugh it off and carry on with your day. I'm ruminating these thoughts over and over, replaying that email, having arguments in my head for the next 2, 3, 4 days. And I know that makes me feel pretty nasty inside, right? We're all different. So you've got to identify the environments and the things in your life that are causing you stress. And that can be, by the way, something as small as an untidy desk, an untidy room or office, something that you're meaning to fix in your house, something that's broken, or it could be a relationship. It could be a romantic relationship. It could be that you're not pursuing your goals. It could be financial. It could be any area of your life. Do an audit and say, how can I remove myself from as many of these stressful interactions as possible and negative interactions or negative environments? Okay. And also, finally, is how can I build resilience so I don't respond to this thing in the future? So when somebody says something to me, I'm not being triggered and I'm not being respond negatively. Because if you want to change them, if you want to change other people, you're going to be waiting your entire life. You're going to have to change what's happening here and what's happening here. Now, the sixth thing, the bonus that brings all of this together, that works on the physical, that works on the emotional, that works on the mental and spiritual, is removing the toxin of just waking up and allowing the day to happen. I want you to think about, how can you own your morning? How can you take control of your life? This is something I've been doing for years and years. And I recently, like I said, I actually referenced the book, The 5 a.m. Club, and I absolutely love it because it reminds me of a practice that I started years ago when I had Lyme disease. And I was really sick. I was sick for 5 years and lost everything. And I was just struggling. I was struggling physically with my physical health, mentally, emotionally, but I had a real strong spiritual connection. And I started playing this game in my head. It's like, I want to wake up in the morning and start living my perfect day, even though I felt the worst I've ever felt in my life. And even if that was just 1 minute. So I'd lie in bed and I'd start visually creating that image. And I'd actually start this the night before. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up. I'm going to be doing all these things. I'm feeling this way, blah, blah, blah. A lot of the things I was doing would be waking up feeling full of stamina and energy and vitalized and healthy. And I'd meditate and I'd be journeying. I'd be laughing and happy and running with my kids, getting ready for school, putting them on the school bus. And then I just aim in the morning, just if I could have 1 minute, and that turned into 5 minutes to turn into 10, etc. What I was doing, I was setting my intention. I was setting the direction for my day. Now, I would drop off. I wouldn't be able to maintain that level. But as I got healthier and healthier, I could maintain that level longer and longer during the course of the day. And if you could wake up earlier, when it's still, when it's still quiet, and you're not just going straight onto social media, and you're not just going onto your email and letting your email direct your day, you're going to change your life, because you'll be able to bring in and incorporate a spiritual practice of prayer, of gratitude, of journaling. Maybe you go for a light exercise or full-on exercise. You can plan out your day. You can study and learn a new skill. You can write down your thoughts. You can sit in silence and contemplate what you did great the previous day and what you're going to do during the day. How do I want to feel this day? As I go through my working day, how do I want to feel? What do I want to accomplish? What impact do I want to make? And when you do that, that is the magic pill. Because when you're setting your intention for the day, you're going to be much more conscious about not allowing these other toxins in your life. So you will start avoiding the food that's not good for you. You'll start removing the negative toxic habits. You'll start avoiding and spending less time scrolling and consuming news and social media, negativity, and hanging around negative people and wanting to do negative things. Because when you start off with that spiritual practice, it's not only working on you spiritually, but mentally and emotionally, you're going to feel peace, joy, love, calm, right? You're going to feel fulfilled and purposeful. And it's going to fill your cup in so many ways that you're just going to want to stay in that feeling of bliss, right? But you've got to set the intention. And most days you'll wake up, you won't feel motivated. Most days you will feel tired, but you've got to get up and put yourself in there and start directing your mind to that. And when that happens, it's sort of the little bubble, right, where the rest of your life, it's like this womb of creation where the rest of your life resides and is operating from there, because you are giving birth, so to speak, to your intentions for the day. So those are the 6 toxins. And remember, you have the choice. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to wait for some day or one thing to be finished in order to enjoy this in your life. Start today, start now, and be blessed. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your comments below. And I'd love it if you could subscribe. I'd love it if you give us a like, thumbs up, and comment, and hit the notifications so that you know that when I release my weekly videos, and sometimes I record and release them more than once a week, then you'll be notified and you'll be able to consume this content. This is content to help you live your best life. I appreciate you. This is Kenneth. Take it easy. Cheers.